First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kodash means holy. And that's all in the Paleo Hebrew. Also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. So I wanted to make a quick video going over some information that has been swept under the feet of majority of Americans because of this distraction or this war event over there in the East via the Israel-Iran conflict. So I came across a post right now going into how Congress quietly advances crypto bill as the world is distracted by chaos. On June 12th, while headlines focused on chaos in the streets and Israeli airstrikes on Iran, the U.S. Senate voted to advance the Genius Act, a bill that could radically change how money works in America. This bill would legalize and regulate stablecoins, digital tokens tied to the U.S. dollar, but issued by private companies, not the government. If passed, this means tech firms and financial giants could issue their own dollars. People may hold money in apps or digital wallets instead of banks. Physical cash could slowly become obsolete. Big tech and crypto billionaires could gain massive control over how we spend and store money. If stablecoins become widely used, people might hold digital tokens instead of dollars in a bank account, reducing reliance on traditional banks. This gives more power to tech companies, crypto firms, or fintechs to manage what people think of as money. This bill could be a turning point in U.S. monetary history, opening the door for regulated, private, digital money to exist alongside or even rival cash and traditional bank accounts. If passed, the way people store, move, and use money could change in the next few years, and yet this is happening with almost no public debate. Okay, and I just found out about this literally today, and this is massive because if you understand prophecy, you understand that everything is leading to a digital world. Okay, a technocracy, which is a government that is ruled by technology. Okay, we are going into a point in time where AI is going to tell you what you can eat, what time you need to wake up, what woman you need to be with, okay, what you can and can't do. And ultimately, the way this is going to come by is by the way of gradualism, right? At first, everything started with physical, right? You had coins. You go anciently, everything was gold, silver, and they would have coins made out of silver and gold. And after that, recently we transitioned into checks. That was the next thing, was checks. After checks, I believe it was debit cards and credit cards. And slowly people stopped using cash. And what we're seeing right now is the transition now to digital. And the same way it happened in the past, when the new comes, the old disappears. So as we transition to digital, as they said, physical cash could slowly become obsolete. And that's exactly what the people up top want to happen, is for physical cash to be pretty much completely useless and to have everything digital. And the reason why is because if everything is digitized, that means that everything is stored and can be reviewed and controlled, right? So they would know exactly who spent what, at what time, and where. And that means full control over the masses. When you have cash, that's not the case. For $10, I could give my boy $10. He could give me, some tools, and nobody ever heard of that transaction. And that's what they want to completely eradicate, is that privacy, that privacy point, the point of them not knowing what's going on. They want to know it all. So we know that at the end of the day, the elites want full control over the people, and it's going to happen by that digital currency. And when we see, these type of bills being passed, we know that slowly but surely it is going to get to that point. And ultimately, that point is the mark of the beast. Okay, this is how it all ties into the Bible, is that the digital system, the digital currency, is all to push the mark of the beast, which is the chip in the right hand or in the forehead. Right? We already have the one in the forehead. That's going to be mainly, via types, prototypes like the Elon Musk Neuralink, right? That's how they're going to be able to perform miracles and, heal the blind, make people paraplegic able to walk again. People that have never even seen before able to see again. Imagine that, when they start advertising that and pushing, all types of campaigns. And that's why it says in Revelation 13 that they're going to deceive the masses. Right, I'm going to jump a little bit. This is Revelation 13 and verse 14. It says, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live." Right, and ultimately this beast is dealing with the system. Okay, NATO and EU, America. Okay, and by the power of this system, they're going to be able to deceive the masses. Okay, by the power of this technology, they're going to deceive the masses to take that chip. Okay, which ultimately, if you take it, it's your destruction. Right, you have no chance for salvation. Now it says, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right, and the image of the beast, okay, their image, what they are striving for is the NWO. Okay, complete power of the people and a new world regime. That's their image. And if you don't bow down to it, ultimately you will be removed from society and in some cases beheaded, okay, killed for not going with, their plan. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as was not worship the image of the beast should be killed." Right, so what I said. And a key point there is that it said that the image of the beast should both speak. Right, so it is going to take place, their image. They are going to be able to achieve their plans and, have that NWO, full control over the people, digital masses, all that. They're going to be able to do it. It's just that they're not going to reach the perfect, amount or perfect plan that they want. Just at the top, when they're fulfilling everything, is when Yahushua is going to come back, okay, and he's going to destroy this kingdom. Right? That's why when you read Revelation, and it talks about that man that sat upon the white horse, and he had many crowns upon his head, those crowns were symbolic for the kings, the presidents, the rulers that Yahushua is going to take down when he comes back. So, verse 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." Right, and that mark is dealing with the RFID microchip, and everybody is going to have to take it. Small, great, rich, poor, free, and bond, because it's going to be your way of operating in the system. Okay, essentially it's going to be your new debit card. So we can see how right now, that vision is speaking, and it's not lying. Okay, it's happening exactly how it was written 2,000 years ago. Okay, a mark that no man might buy or sell without it. And what do we see right here? The talk about this Genius Act is to make financial giants and tech firms issue their own dollars, stable coins, digital money. That's why, you're going to need it, because you're not going to have that cash anymore. Everything is going to be digital. No buying and selling without it. So, hey, stay on point. Just wanted to make a quick video because, this is something that hasn't been talked about and this is being swept under the rug. I didn't even know about this until the brother brought it out. So, their whole game plan is, divert the attention and move out their plans while everybody is distracted. While everybody's focused on the east, they're doing things in the west. So, stay on point. It seems like the Lord is turning up these times, and it's more important now than ever to have your faith locked in, because who knows, when we might get a cyber attack or a grid shutdown or just some type of event that nobody foresees. And the only thing in that day that you're going to have is faith. Okay, faith in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is the only thing that's going to get you through these perilous times that are going to come upon the earth. So hopefully this is edifying. With down to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.